You gonna start the stream up again?
All right, welcome back. So we got a quick night so far. Maybe quick once again. Delver versus Oath. We
But
will.
yeah, it's American Delver versus Oath. So
No,
he
it's
has out he has better outs than a, and this is not traditional Oath either. This is a Brian, this is like Brian Kelly's champs list kind of, with a couple
no Dramoka.
variations. No Dramoka, you put a second Salvagers in.
Yeah.
The no Dramoka is worse in this matchup. So
Honestly,
Dramoka,
how good would Dramoka be in this matchup?
she's pretty, I mean, well, Keith has the white, so he has the swords. He would have swords.
It would be main
Yeah.
phase sword, so Matt would be
Keith
able to
Keith
Oath and do what he wants and then pass. Okay,
Right.
so
Yeah. If he was to oath into it, right. Or cast, and if he cast it, it's probably tapping out for it.
yeah. Okay, so pretty solid hands on both sides. Ooh, he draws Path for his first draw step. Pretty good. So do you
Meta's
play
turn
the
Meta's turn two brainstorm or turn two oath. Um
I don't know, he's gonna play Delver, and I think looking at the Delver, I think he's gonna want to play the Oath. There
and
might be a
he's gonna be miserable.
yeah,
This is Delver right into an oath.
yeah. This is Oath with forcible backup.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get a green land. He's gonna fetch.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing Keith get out of this. But I mean
Yeah.
he only gets one activation and he's playing two salvagers and one Gristlebrand. So if he hits like a salvagers like right off the top and gets nothing in his graveyard, this is still a game.
Yeah, it's the game.
It's not like Orchard where when you Orchard Oath where you can keep activating it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So this is a natural Oath.
Right.
I think I would have done the fetch land, but Oath of Druids.
No, he wants to keep the fetch line brainstorm.
All right.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought the brainstorm was on the other side. I probably shouldn't be misreading stuff because we're only 2 hours in. But I think I'm just hungry.
I mean I do it one minute in, so
All right. So he can path his own guy, and then we could sit there and stare at each other.
yeah, he gets that rapid growth.
Is it rampant growth? Because it's you're
It's
it's
it's really bad. It's really bad rampant growth. I mean,
discard it
you
two
paid
for
two
one,
mana. You paid two mana. You got a land into play tapped, but it cost you
2 cards
two cards instead of one. I mean that's an option.
option. Definitely an option.
I wouldn't say it's a horrible choice at all.
I I think you got to do it. I
He didn't flip it either. So I mean,
did he even look? He did look.
the chances. I mean, there's a decent chance that Matt just wins. Matt gets a Bristlebrand, it's game over.
Matt gets a good because he's got force of will backup. But I
It's
don't know. I
definitely,
I
yeah.
wanna pass
Matt,
my guy.
if Matt gets a, even if Matt gets a Salvagers, I mean, from Keith's point of view, he has to hope that Matt gets a Salvagers and not get anything and not get any artifacts. Matt does have an EE already, so the EE is pretty brutal.
So he adds a. Okay, so he's gonna try to fight the. I think he's gonna try to fight the oath, because he just got a force of will, so he can use path, and then he can fight path with a force.
No, he's letting it go.
I don't know. I think you just.
So he's hoping that Matt doesn't hit, just hits the Salvagers in like the first card or something.
Yeah, I guess like 2 out of 3 of the cards aren't that big on this board,
Right.
and he
But the
just did a
Salvagers, if the
preordained.
Salvagers hits into a Lotus, this is probably over because Matt
Yes.
already has the EE in his hand.
Yes.
So if he hits Lotus or he hits a Gristlebrand, whichever one, if either one of those comes before Salvagers, then Keith is in bad shape.
A lot of cards. The Lotus though.
So Pirate
Pyrite.
Spellbomb. So the Lotus is lethal.
Oh,
Gristlebrand.
Crystal Brand.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's probably over.
Draw.
He could try to path it, but
Path it. Force of Will War.
his
Oops.
force, yeah.
Oop.
Oh, there's a second force. Yay.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
during upkeep, so he's gonna want to back up.
so pays 7 life and tries to find an orchard so he can activate this again.
I think you just fight over it. Fighting over it. You want to fight over that path.
Keith's gonna wait but Keith's gonna wait with the path. Yeah, you're gonna fight over no, you're gonna fight over your Bristlebrand, but I'm saying Keith's gonna wait until he activates it.
No, no, he's
Just
doing it right now. He just went a bit too fast. Matt just went a bit too fast because so Keith did like so resolves go to the draw step. Well, actually, so I pass priority during upkeep. He's like, all right, I want to path the exile.
I don't like that because now Matt can activate in response. You should wait until Matt tries to. I guess you're just in a terrible situation. He's a Bristlebrand though.
Regardless, yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
wants to brainstorm. You brainstorm before you
The optimal time to remove a Bristlebrand is after it's activated. But I guess Matt's under no pressure to activate it, so
Yeah, no. He just sits there. He's just gonna sit there on it
he
and
just
just
has a
like it.
giant 7/7 lifelinker, yeah, against a aggro deck.
Yeah. I don't know about brainstorming first. Does he
No, that
want to
doesn't make
draw
any sense.
cards? He wants to draw
Doesn't do
cards
it.
first.
Brainstorm does nothing.
Or
I don't.
Salvagers.
Yeah, Brainstorm is you're paying one blue to cycle.
Yeah.
That
I
doesn't
mean,
make any
like
sense.
so
You want
he's
to
got
save your brain. You want to save your brainstorm so you can activate Oath again next turn, right?
or use your brainstorm to throw away to force a will. You don't have to throw away a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah, I don't get this. I don't
Oh,
really know what the
okay.
brainstorm's doing.
I don't know. He knows he has
Mhm.
like he has Gristleband to play because it's targeting. I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit messy.
Yeah, you can activate the Wrestlebrand.
Yeah, just activate the Gristleband.
Is he gonna force pitching force?
You don't want to force pitching force. I want to.
What is he doing? That's the only way you lose. Is by running out of counter magic.
Yeah, I just eat. I will eat
The only
seven.
the only way you lose is this getting path and then Keith going off on you like next turn.
Yeah, draw seven.
Now,
Third
all right.
force of will.
Wow, that was a waste of a brainstorm. So
That was.
let's just throw one blue mana into the garbage.
And a card.
I don't want
Just
this blue mana. I don't.
just
I mean,
discard
he
the
got the
card.
card back because he still drew cards off brainstorm, but he basically
Yeah,
took blue mana.
threw a blue mana away. Now Flusterstorm the. So does he just? Do you think he just concedes
Can't
in the
even
face of this,
can't even
or
can't even force that.
yeah?
I mean, how does Keith be the 7/7 lifelinker? Path that
Um,
exile, right?
well, you see, when the game's over, he shuffles it back in his deck, and then it's defeated, and he doesn't have to look at it anymore.
He defeats it for one game. He defeats it temporarily in the match by scooping. Yes.
And now he's got Orchard.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, but Keith is also a no scoop guy usually, so
oh, is
we'll
he a
see
no
him
scoop guy? Oh man.
Yeah, remember him and Sullivan like just staring at each other
Oh man.
like in multiple games last week, and it was just like, you guys are dead. Just scoop. Just continue to play it out.
Oh my god. Tonight is quite a night. Tonight is quite a night.
I mean, he could hope that Matt like mills himself or something. I don't know.
I am 100% sure Matt is not going to activate Oath of Druids again.
Matt could try to activate Oath again, and then
I guess so.
I mean, it depends how many people you play against that are really bad. That makes you from the no school. If you play a lot of people that are really bad at Magic, you would probably automatically enter into the no scoop school.
I don't want to sit there miserable for like 10 minutes.
But
Just
I feel like it puts you more on tilt for the next game, at least for me.
I agree.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to sit there and just watch myself losing. Like I want to, yeah.
or even
I
like
want to turn this around.
or even like if your opponent is still really bad, but there's no way they can lose, you just watch them fumble and fumble and fumble and fumble.
But there is a way that Matt can lose this. The way Matt loses this by activating Oath again.
No, hold on. I know how Matt loses this. He attacks, he doesn't block, and then he activates
Wait,
Crystal
wait.
Band and dies.
Yeah. If Matt had the only way Matt can even lose this actually is if he knows there's two Salvagers in the deck, right?
Yeah,
So
there's two
he
Salvagers.
would need to have drawn a Salvagers, and the Salvagers would have to be the last card.
He has a Salvagers in his hand, but
He does
I
have one.
don't think
But
he activates Oath.
the second Salvagers would have to be his last card. I'm just saying from Keith's point of view.
Oh yeah.
What are outs?
What is outs?
What is outs? Matt having Salvagers in his hand, and the last card in Matt's deck being Salvagers.
I mean, at this point, Matt can
because
attack.
if the
and
second
draw
to last card,
14.
if the second if the second to last card is not if the second to last card is Salvagers and not the last card, Matt just wins because he kills him with Pirate Spellbomb. So he literally needs it to be the last of all 17 cards.
Yeah, I guess. There's he's gonna play his Mox. He's gonna remember his triggers.
I'm trying to design the one scenario where there's a reason to not scoop. Matt activating Oath at this very moment and it being the last card. Let's see if it happens.
I wouldn't Oath. That's so risky. Please don't Oath.
I'm not saying Matt should do it.
No, I was just he paused for a second on his upkeep. I'm like, please don't Oath. Please don't Oath. So is Lotus been milled? Lotus is still in his deck.
Huh? You're really choppy. I don't know if it's me or the stream or.
No, it's me. Let's give it a second. Okay. The Matt hasn't discarded. He hasn't found his Lotus yet.
He has time walk though, so he's time walking with his Griselbrand in play. That doesn't need to do anything. He has an EE at 0 to blow up all the tokens in the Flip Delver. He has time walk to the smash base. Yeah, keep harmless. Okay.
Yeah, he can see.
Okay. He saw that Matt wasn't gonna do the one line that makes him win, which is Oath again.
No, he time walked too, so that's just 14 damage.
So that's not lethal. So he did some 5.
Okay.
He did 19 life.
Griselbrand in play. He's going. All right. So, what does Keith have to fight the menace? He's got Containment Priests, which is I think that's where you want to be. He doesn't have Cage, which the Salvagers version just laughs off. He does have a Wear Tear. He actually does have a main deck Wear Tear, which is interesting.
Yeah, he plays that.
So we can bring in another Wear Tear. I guess he could bring in Supreme Verdict. That's a way to kill a Griselbrand.
Not a good one though. It's not like it kills your own stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's in his deck. He wants to play it. All right, and then we have Matt's side. I guess Sphinx of the Steelwind. That's the only thing I could think of to bring in, but it can get plowed or Path to Exile. It's shares, but still.
Matt Sphinx in his sideboard. Oh right. Is your Tinker a sideboard too?
No Tinker.
Huh.
So he brought.
Yeah, I remember he brought that in last week. That's right. Sphinx is a pretty good card here. As long as there's no Tinker, if he's gonna have that on his board though. Yes, it's just Sphinx. And maybe the misstep. The Nature's Claims? No, they're not. Nature's Claims doesn't do anything. He doesn't have Graph Digger's Cage. So he could bring Sudden Shock too. So Matt has potentially 4 cards to bring in. The Griselbrand's probably really bad here, actually. So he brought in the Sphinx instead of his opener. it'll nicely pitch to Force.
Yeah, actually, he just messaged me. He said he took out a Force and an Island for 2 Sudden Shocks, and took out a Salvagers for that Sphinx of the Steelwind. I mean, it's he probably won't pitch it. You can brainstorm it.
Okay,
brainstorm it.
So you left in the Griselbrand. Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt has a philosophy. It's if you're gonna play a bad card, make sure it's a blue bad card, because then you can pitch it to Force.
That is literally the Stormcrow argument. It's literally the from what is it, 95? Was that
I don't know how many top 8s you've seen of Matt with these terrible, just horrible blue cards in his deck. You're like, what is that? He's like, it pitches to Force. It's really good.
Like, Al Hemritt's Archive.
That's not a good card. No, it's not a blue card. Yeah,
it counts as a blue card.
No, that one's not a blue card. It doesn't pitch to Force. I don't know how. He has a top 8 with that, doesn't he? We played that in the Managerian League or something.
I think
it's miserable. That card is terrible.
The winningest Morris card ever. The winnest Morris card ever. I want to draw 12 cards in one turn. How can I do this? No, I don't want to use Stroke of Genius. That's too easy.
I guess if you play it with a Bazaar of Baghdad, though, you could draw four cards and discard three, so it's actually generating card advantage.
I want
So
a
you could play it
five.
in your workshop deck with Bazaars, and you draw four, discard three.
I want
There's
a.
like the only place where I want it.
I don't know, man. I want a 5 mana artifact. Because what if you gain life? You gain twice as much life.
Yeah, so when you attack with your Battle Scroll or your Worm Coil, you gain double.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
no. When
awesome.
you attack with your Seeker of the Way that you've
Oh, right.
prowessed,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Sorry.
can
No,
gain 6 life, which you then can
Brian
leverage
Kelly.
into
Yeah,
using your Sylvan Library for
you
an
could draw.
extra card.
You could draw six with yourself in library and only have to put two back. Oh my
Put back
gosh.
one, you pay 4 life.
Well, no, you don't like. But it Sylvan Library draws you three cards every turn extra
Right.
with Alham Rats out. That's why Brian Kelly loves it
Well,
because it makes the
actually,
Sylvan
no.
Library
It's
better.
if you draw a card that's outside of your draw step. Actually, you only draw 4 cards because Sylvan Library triggers on the draw step. So it's you draw 3. 2 of the cards are extra. So with Alhamrits, you only get 2 extras.
Oh, right, right.
So it's
Okay.
actually only
Yeah.
5.
Sorry. Yeah, you
That's
draw
why
two extra
that's why you
cards.
got to pay the life that you gained off of your Seeker of the Way.
The double life you gain of the secret.
The double life that you're gaining. You're
So,
gaining 6 a turn.
so since you were already gaining life off Secret of the Way and had a Sylvan Library to play, the best thing you needed was to double all that.
Correct.
That's how you win.
Correct. This is how you win games of Magic the Gathering.
This is how you play Magic as Brian or Matt.
This is how you play
Play a lot-
EDH in Vintage.
You play random singletons that are complete win wars.
No, Brian tested that deck against me. He had Tinker in the deck just for Alhamrit's Archive. That's it.
Well, of course.
Nothing
would you
else
not?
he could get. Just Tinker for Archive. The
I mean,
one archive.
at least put like a jar in your deck or something. I mean, come on.
In anything. What would be the worst thing to Tinker? You know,
Like
I want him to put
like
an
like
Ornithopter in his deck. To
Sensei's
tinker.
Dividing Top. Tinker to Sensei's Dividing Top.
Oh man. And there's also a game going on. Mental Missteps fought with each other over a Sensei's Dividing Top, and a bunch of Preordains have been cast. Hey, we're caught up. We caught up in 1 second.
The game was not interesting, so it was blue players being blue players, and they blue players would tell you this is like the most interesting part of any game. They're like, oh my gosh, look at these missteps. They're hitting some preordains.
Listen, I recognize the fact that Misstep is the stupidest thing ever, but I still like casting Mental Misstep. It just feels so good.
Preordain is a terrible, terrible magic card. It's a really bad magic card. They're playing like 4 of them because it's good in the blue mirror.
So Matt's topping. Actually, I want to let him know to move your cards. So there's a Mana Confluence he pushed to the top. So gonna top again. Man, isn't Sensei's Dividing Top fun? I love sitting here for 20 minutes while people just look at the top cards of their deck.
I mean, he told us he was going to do this before this match even started. He said
That's true.
He's going to try to he's trying to get us to 12 o'clock. He wants us 3 hours of coverage time total.
Force Sudden Shock Flusterstorm. Thank you. Now he's going to play his Pyrite Spellbomb, which is pretty funny against Mentor.
So Matt's looking for a orchard, right? Because if he finds an orchard, then he has both Force back with Orchard.
Yes.
He doesn't have any reason to play the Orchard right now or the Oath right now.
Well, he's got Flusterstorm on top, so he will be able to.
He found more protection.
Yeah, he's got.
So now it's gonna be Force and Fluster, and then he just needs to find the Orchard, and he should be able to put it away. But we'll see if Keith can draw anything in the meantime while Matt's looking for that.
Keith has no
Orchard.
white, so this Keith is that how many Preordains was that? 2 Preordains and a Pro.
He can Ancestral.
Can.
There's no guarantee that Matt even forces this.
Now, Matt can just flip top and Flusterstorm it.
Oh yeah, he should do that. You're right.
100% would do. because it
Yeah,
would be
that's it.
one.
He can't even force back.
Nope. Well, no, he can actually. He could pay for
You
one
can
copy.
force and pay for one. Okay.
Yeah. He's cycling his spell bomb. So he
Ah,
goes
that's
to
better.
top card. Oh, I guess
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that is
yeah.
better. Yeah.
Cycling Pirates Bummon's way better.
Flusterstorm it.
Unless you want to, I guess unless you want to keep the pirate.
Well, he does
Um,
have a force on. Yeah, no, he lets the Flusterstorm eat it.
so
No,
that might be a situation where you want to fight over it because you really need that white mana, but and you really need to see an Oath 8 card, but
he needs something.
um,
His
he
O3
still
cards
ha
are white too.
he still has a force. I mean, he doesn't know that Matt has the orchard and the, or sorry, that Matt has the oath and the force already. So he's holding the force, hoping that Matt, if Matt does have an oath, he can just force it.
Yeah. He has Oath sitting on top of his deck, so I think he's just going to go for Oath of Druids. If he forces, he can just force back flipping top. And he'll have a mana floating right
You mean it?
now.
He has an orchard on the top.
No, he has a Force of Will on top. So the third card down is another force. His top cards were Flusterstorm, Sudden Shock, Force of Will. So he draws the Sudden Shock, then he goes for Oath. He has to force this? Maybe. At least he wants to fight it. Nope. Force, and then he can just flip top. Unless he just wants to get rid of the Sphinx. Gristlebrand is enough.
Sphinx is not doing anything.
No.
Yeah, it's force fodder.
Put it back. There are cards that put stuff back.
Keith has plenty of ways to answer this oath, but he doesn't have any in his hand, and he doesn't have any white mana.
Right.
Matt already saw that Keith missed the land drop, so Matt knows that Keith doesn't have a white land.
Really needed that ancestor.
Yeah, he needs. Yeah, he really did. I would strongly consider forcing there.
So, on Matt's library, we've got a Mox Emerald and an Ancestral Recall along with the Force of Will. So,
Well, he should be able to put it away then with the recall. But he'll wait for another. He'll dirtle it out for another like 20 minutes.
He's flipping top right now.
Oh man!
go.
Wow.
Ancestral.
I've never seen Matt play this fast. What's going on? This is one of the fastest match of his whole life. He's finishing a match in like 15 minutes.
So he's gonna draw Mox Emerald, Sensei's Divining Top, and Force of Will.
Keith just says, "Sweet, have at it."
Ask him for misdirection. I don't think he has it in his list, or maybe he wants the misdirection so he'll get disqualified for playing an illegal deck list. See here. Does he actually have it?
No, well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't know.
No, he doesn't.
He just got
have
to
it.
recall. Okay, he doesn't have it. All right, there is some chance that he can call his way back in this, but he needs to draw a white source. He needs to draw an Oath 8 card, and he draws a Pyromancer, so that is completely useless.
And
Just
is literally
nothing.
It's literally 3 bicycle playing cards right now. He gets to hold them, and they look cool.
It says a number 3 there that might intimidate Matt into thinking that he has something in his hand.
I mean, his game plan's right there. Mana Crypt.
I mean, Matt assumes that these are all white cards, by the way, at this point.
Yeah, Force Pitch Force.
Matt has to assume that there's no counter magic in Keith's hand. There's no card draw spells in Keith's hand because of all the stuff he just let him do.
Yeah, so his top cards is Oath and Library and Time Walk. So he hasn't topped again. That was a top on upkeep. So he's a library floating.
That's just a pretty good draw.
Proceeds to spell insane wrong 3 times. Saying that these mana crypts are a bit insane. Yeah, Tom had a great mana crypt last game. He took damage from it 1 out of 5 times, I think.
Yeah, sometimes you just get lucky. Sometimes you get unlucky and it just kills you. I mean, it's such a high risk card. I think it definitely loses you more games than it wins you. People are still gonna keep playing it though.
You're a bit out of frame there.
Sorry.
No worries.
Not really sure how to get myself in frame.
That's fine. A little bit out is fine. You were literally just a shoulder. Alright, so there's a dig through time. He just needs orchard. I would just main phase this. Just find me an orchard, please. Oh, gonna wait on it. I mean, if he dies to this mana crypt, that'd be hilarious. So he has to tap the mana confluence because he needs double blue. And I think I'm fine if my dig through time got countered. I just got to make something happen, yeah. Because he knows the top cards.
No, the Dictator time is not really important to him. Oh, he's keeping the spell bomb.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was his set aside. That was, I'm saving this, I'm eating the rest. I mean, he could have
Yeah.
saved one more card. He could have saved the Ancestral if he really wanted to.
He's trying to show if he finds an orchard, he just plays the orchard and he time walks and
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yep, time walk. This... At least there's no oath. At least oath mirrors.
I'm surprised
are
that I'm surprised Keith didn't gush and thinking that's I think he did this last week too, didn't he? He just holds gushes.
No, what he did last week is he gushed and didn't play a land.
Okay.
Which is a lot different.
Yeah, he just got really excited. Yeah.
I think
To
he's
have
just...
his KPs.
Yeah. So
Matt gets a probe to scan, the area, and he gets a brainstorm to either pitch to force or
What's on the bottom? Pyrite, Flusterstorm, Oath, Jace, and Library of Alexander. Which we knew about the library because he was floating it with top. And then he gets the top.
I mean, I feel like I'd want a probe before the top.
No, this
So I
is all
know-
end of turn.
Oh, it's all end of
Yeah,
turn.
that's all end of turn. Now we've
Oh, he
taken 3 mana
untaps.
Yep.
Oh, this is game over.
I mean, he
Does
just
it-
took
how does he
mana
not? How does he not win after that? He just saw like 20 cards.
I mean, he's at 8 with Mana Crypt in play. He keeps on getting bit by this Mana Crypt. Oh, there's the Orchard. All right.
There's a time walk.
Tap Orchard for Time Walk.
Yeah, but either one of his oath targets just wins. Doesn't it? Like what?
Just Salvagers? He needs to flip the Lotus for Salvagers to win.
Okay. Yeah.
Or he could just...
All right. Yeah. The Gristlebrand. Okay. The Gristlebrand can get Path because he can't activate it.
Correct. No, he can force it, though.
Yeah, he can force the Path.
But he has no white mana to path. Which is the problem we ran into 3 turns ago, because he just is stuck on white.
I mean, he can still top deck the Tundra.
He can.
He's a gush.
Yep, he's gushing in response. Blue, gush. Let's see. What can we scoop up?
He's gonna.
Let's crack our knuckles. Peel off a couple off the top. Let's see what they. Let's see
this
what
one.
they do.
I don't know. I like gushing earlier because it gives him more opportunities to hit stuff.
Hit white. Yeah.
It doesn't. Let's see what he hit. He hits an island and
Another mental mistake.
the mental misstep. So I guess he doesn't hit anything anyway.
So
That's-
what if Matt was just very sporting and then just sudden shocked the token, the Orchard token, just to give him a chance.
I mean, I'd rather the game just ends.
All right. Mana Crypt again. Okay, this is an instance where I agree with not scooping. That Mana Crypt has been biting him all game, and it bites him again.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I agree without skipping. So.
He has 2 more.
He could just top deck that white source and path it and kill him with a spirit token.
All right, sudden shock.
He wants Salvagers and Lotus to kill him right now, so he doesn't have to pass.
Yeah.
If he gets a Gristlebrand, he has to pass the turn.
A stack, Orchard, Confluence. They're oathing into the stack portion so it doesn't interfere with the other permanent.
Keith does not play Lightning Bolt.
No, he doesn't.
That path is Lightning Bolt. Oof.
That's
good, right?
true. Yeah. Oh, Gristlebrand. All right, so there's 10 cards left, one of which is Salvagers. If he just top decks Salvagers, he wins as well.
Yeah, he's gonna. He gets on top and do all that jazz.
I mean, if he...
Oh, there's you. There's
No.
Salvagers.
Oh, did you just draw it? Nice.
Yeah.
Because the way everything was set up, he did have the win because he can Gristlebrand and then top. Because if it's somehow the last card of the deck, he can still get it.
He can't activate Gristlebrand. He's at 5 life.
Oh yeah, that's
Right?
right. No, you're right. So I want.
And he didn't have
Salvagers.
he only has exactly enough mana to Salvagers
You're
there.
right. You're right. I don't. I forgot. Mana Crypt dealt him what 12 damage that game.
He did not take any attacks, so
So
that was
fetch
all
lands and forces.
that
Yeah.
was all self-inflicted. 15 damage self-inflicted.
Oh man. So quick night tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second.